Good evening, folks. Welcome to another drink along. Thank you for coming by and spending some of your precious time with me. It is always appreciated. You know you're my people and I love you and I always want you to be. Big three, my friends. Today, we are going to take a look at Huss Brewing Company, which is local to me. This is their Brown Cow Imperial-Chocolate-Milk-Stout. Interesting. Put some eyeballs on here and read some specs for you guys. Put on some specs to read the specs. Dad jokes are included free, don't worry. I won't tag you on the back end. Brown Cow Imperial Chocolate Milk Stout is an Imperial Chocolate Milk Stout. Who'da thunk it? A big, bold, American-style Imperial Chocolate Milk Stout brewed with over 40 pounds of cacao beans. The perfect beer for chilly Arizona months. The ABV is 8.2. Okay, yeah, it sounds like a winter warmer to me, man. The IBUs are going to be 9. And it is seasonal and rotating, and I forgot my glass. I'll be right back. You see what kind of high production quality values you get on this channel, huh? Anyway, as you can see, freshly rinsed, because we do go barware clean. And as is the custom on this channel, for the next 2 minutes, we are going to play music. We're going to do the crack, we're going to do the pour, we're going to shoot a temp, and we're going to get an SRM, which they were not nice enough to give us. So, we're going to be SOL on that, but we shall fly by the seat of our pants and do the best we can. Alright, my friends, this is the Pretty Reckless doing Only Love Can Save Me Now. I have no idea what the name of the album is, because it's not on here. Pretty Reckless, Only Love Can Save Me Now, featuring Matt Cameron and Kim Thiel. There you go, best I can do. And it's from whatever album has the skinny little cute blonde girl laying on a gravestone. Not too morbid, huh? Anyway, let's rock and roll, folks. No fingernails. Well, that's not an interesting looking beer. Pretty. Tastes like the probe. Oof. She is dark, man. the dark beer. Not wrong. Love can't save her now. And again, that's really all of us. Dog, do not trip the fuck. Go away. Don't trip the wire over. Nutbag. That way. That way. Go. There you go. Don't come around. Oh, you drive me nuts, you mutt. Anyway, looks like she's going to lace nicely. A pretty beer. And that's a really nice, well-defined head. Loose at the top, tight at the bottom, creamy across the crown. You think I wasn't going to say it? It's Biden time. Look at that sniffer up in there. Let's go get old Bodelicious on this and see what's going on. I'm not getting a whole lot of anything. That's not true. I'm getting chocolate, but it's really faint. But then again, she's too cold. 46 is not the temperature you want to drink a beer like this. Chocolate, like milk chocolate, not like dark chocolate. There was something on the back of the can. There you go. You wanted a crown? There's a crown. Look at that. That's beautiful. That looks like a freaking milkshake, man. It does not get much prettier than that. Look at the body on that head as it holds together. These fellas did some work on this. I'm telling you, man, that is nicely crafted. I want to read what's on the side of the can here while we let this warm up a bit. Welcome to Brown Cow. We took our GABF award-winning recipe and turned it up a notch a bunch of notches. Look, fuckers. Print and fucking boomer, okay? Because I can't read this shit when you print it in goddamn millennial. And we turned it up a bunch of notches. This milk stout is bold and rich, featuring notes of chocolate and balanced sweetness from the addition of lactose. If we dare say so, this brew is the perfect example of strong, dark, and handsome. The perfect date. Well, thank you. Why couldn't you put that on your freaking webpage, knuckleheads? Drink like a local. Well, you know, we always say drink local when you can. This is, of course, coming out of Tempe. There's your basic government bullshit warning. It is nice they put the little milk bottle on the bottle. I got a 19 or a 61 stamped in the bottom of the can, and that is it. That head has come down a little, but man, look at the effervescence trapped between the two layers. This is an absolutely beautiful beer, my friends. And look, the crown is just sitting there. There was an old school beer commercial where they would pour the beer and say that the head was so rich and thick you could float a bottle cap on it. Then they would float a bottle cap on it. You could probably float more than a bottle cap on this, but I'm not going to do it because I want to drink my beer. Anyway, let's slip it a tongue, see what we got going on here, and then we're going to let her warm up, because again, anything this dark... Did we shoot it? Yeah, we did. At this dark, and she's in the 98, 99 range. I mean, this thing's freaking black. So, yeah, we want to warm this up a little bit. Skal. Wow, really, really nice. At this low temp, she's nice and full and rich, which is what I want in a stout, because it's a stout, which means thick. A lot of chocolate. and not just milk. So it's, and I dare say this, it is like a dark milk chocolate. I know it's dry ice and jumbo shrimp. Believe me, I understand. But there's a flavor progression in there as the lactose kicks in, or actually kicks out, because it comes in like milk and then darkens and bitters up, which is nice. It's interesting. You know me, dude. I'm such a snobbo these days, man. I like interesting in my beer. She's actually a little boozy, but as far as the zones it hits, it's all across the top half. So soft palate, intra and extra dental out into the buccals. The whole tongue is involved. Back of the throat. She is dirty. She's a dirty, dirty girl. And again, she's cold, so the viscosity is going to be a little denser. So I'm going to say she's a medium right now. But she's good. So what we're going to do, I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to pause. Miss Guzzi. We're going to pause. We're going to let this warm up. We're going to bring her up into the 50s, where I really think something like this, especially at this dark, should be drank. And then we'll see if I'm right or wrong. But I kind of get the feeling I'm right. Be right back. That's 25 off of the Other Worlds album, which is really, really good. We are back. We have this beer. Number 55. 55? Now it says 50. Wake up your mind, thermometer. I get 55.2. And then as soon as I take it out, it goes to 50, so whatever that tells you. There you go. 55.2. Ugh. While we were waiting, Pima came over to get her head scratched. So I stuck my finger in the beer. I gave her a taste. She was like... So I gave her another taste, and she was like... So, poured her a little bit in her bowl in there, and she was like... On that, like white on rice. So, we know for a fact Pima likes this beer. She is lacing beautifully for us. Excellent example of why the word lacing is used. All right, now, she should be in the right zone. Let's slip her the tongue, see if I am right. Ooh. There you go, my friends. Now, she has gotten a lot silkier and smoother at this temperature. I don't know if she was sluggish 10 degrees or 9 degrees lower, but now she comes right in. She slides right through. She's very silky. The chocolate into chocolate with some nut behind it for some reason, which is kind of odd. Not that kind of nut. Get your mind out. Jeez, you people. Well, then again, that's why you're my people, so. That's why I said, ooh, because there is a weird nuttiness in there. That could just be from roasting the malts up. They don't tell us what the other adjuncts are besides cocoa nibs, whatever malts they used, and lactose, so. Really nice. The best part of this is they haven't over roasted the malts. So a lot of times when you roast the malts to bring out the chocolate, you can bring it too far and you wind up with coffee, or worst case scenario, unless that's what you're going for, is you get that like burnt dark bread on the back end. Not here. Woo! 8%? This is a nice 8% beer, man. dirty. Again, whole upper mouthfeel, whole tongue, hits the back of the throat. She doesn't bitter up like she's a coffee beer. I mean, they said it was 9 IBUs. It's literally 9 IBUs. You're dirty, though. Oh. And there is that nuttiness in there. There's that roasted nut thing on the back end. It's not peanuts. It's just a nutty flavor. But then again, look who your host is. Oh, scusi. So, would I drink this beer again? Yes. Would I buy this beer again? Yeah. Would I like to try this beer on tap? Who's the original tap whore? If you handed this to me out of the cooler, what would I say? I would say thank you very much, and then I'd stick it in my pocket and let it warm up before I drank it, because on ice, she wasn't as good as she is when she warms up into that 50 zone. How is she? For the style. She represents really well. She's really well balanced and well crafted. She's got a really nice flavor profile. She's got a really nice flavor progression. That weird nutty kick in the back. She's not overly bittered. She's not overly roasted. I like this beer. 4.75. This is a 4.75 beer. Is she the best beer I've ever had? No. Is she the worst beer I've ever had? Ooh. Not by a long shot would this be considered the worst beer I've ever had. This is definitely not Taj Mahal from India. It's basically formaldehyde, formalin, but same thing. One tiny thing. She's a little boozy. A lot of cherry in there. A lot of flavor in there. If they had just, and I'm talking a touch, don't go insane, just a touch of cherry on top of this, insane. This would be like a 5.5 then. That's what my palate's telling me anyway. It says, needs cherry. Needs cherry, man. Needs cherry. It needs cherry. So if you were going to drink this and maybe you put a couple of maraschino cherries on a toothpick and threw it in a glass, I don't think you would be disappointed. Throwing it out there. Just saying. It would be, never found cherry cordials to be particularly delicious. That's the chocolate-covered cherries with the juice. Then again, I've never had the real ones from foreign lands. We would only ever get the crappy ones that, the day after Valentine's Day when they had to liquidate everything. That's when we buy them. Nasty. This is not. So, thanks for coming by and putting some eyeballs on here. You are my people, and you know I love you motherfuckers very much. And I always want you to be the big three. Happy, healthy, safe, honorable, dutiful, vigilant, gray man, head on a swivel. Hot and handy. You see all the bad shit that's going on in the world these days. You don't want to get caught up in it, man. I don't, and I'm assuming you don't either. So, we'll catch you on the next one. Really good beer, man. I'm telling you. Maraschino cherries, toothpick. Throw them in there when she comes up from refrigerator to, into the 50s. I think you would be impressed. Just a suggestion. So, I will catch you on the next one, but until then, my friends, which is pretty bad. Skull.